Well, everybody, I want to welcome you to today's show. I'm so excited. I'm here with Grace Noel in her studio. We got to hear Bruce, one of our co-op members, ask some really awesome questions for Grace. And you know, Grace, I have seen you grow so much ever since I've known you, like the last 4 years. When we first met here at the Denver Art Society.
You're so sweet. Thank you.
I mean, it's awesome.
Aww.
You're welcome. Just in not just, I mean, with your art, it's just fabulous. It's amazing, and for an artist to be so successful full time like you are, it's remarkable.
Thank you. It's so hard, and I'm so my mind is not in that space right now, so I really needed to hear that. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Well, then also too, you know, I mean, on a personal note, I remember holding baby Laz right after he was born down here. It was so much fun. C was down here with us. And then now, Grace is going to have another baby pretty soon. So
another rebel for the cause.
So, and I wanted to get a little bit more, just more personal. Bruce asked some amazing questions, and so I know that your heritage, your family heritage, is from Southern Colorado, which is where I'm from. So that's really cool.
We're probably cousins.
We could be.
Oh my gosh!
Because everybody in Trinidad is related to each other.
Yeah.
Or Rocky Ford.
Or so, yeah.
Grace is also. I'm going to ask a question about this because one of the things that I thought about is that you work with a lot of mediums, but what really stood out to me, and then I ended up buying something, is so there's certain pieces that you work on that you plan on. Are there certain pieces that you work on that you plan on becoming a piece, clothing and fashion designs?
Good question. I've gotten better at that over the years, but I can't say I was always good at it. And that throughout the years, I've taken the time to be like, oh, okay, basically learning from my mistakes of past creations and how maybe that print doesn't necessarily fit that format, or it's really hard to create a print off of that type of artwork. It's too glossy, you can't get a good photo, stuff like that. So the stage in which to photograph it before it becomes too glossy, or the size of the panel or the surface actually really matters in determining how then the reproduction is made.
Yeah. And it's made very well, like you're wearing it. Yeah. And I'm just doing this, folks. I'm going off camera.
She's grabbing it. She's grabbing the one she got.
This is what I bought. Something like these right here, these leggings.
Oh, thank you.
So there we go. Amazing.
Yeah, and I never thought that the painting that these are taken from, I never thought that it would turn into leggings. It was more like, let's just see if it works. And it did, and it was the first set of leggings that I ever made. So the experimental side of creating, or being open to experimenting, not stopping thinking that's not going to work before I even try it.
So if you were to describe your art in one sentence, I know it could be a challenge, but how would you describe it?
Well, can I relay to my artist statement?
Sure.
There's a couple of different sentences in there, but I'll take the one that highlights it the most.
That'd be great.
Okay, so so today and every day is an opportunity to go on a magical journey through the rainbow. That's how I would sum it up.
I love it. Love it.
Thank you.
That's perfect.
Good.
I know that you mentioned that you really like anthropology.
Yeah.
And so that's one of your hobbies. What are some of your other hobbies?
Some of my other hobbies are basically going to relate to athletic stuff. I really enjoy moving my body getting outside and having fun in the sunshine. That's actually the inspiration for the leggings that you demoed and the dress that I have on here, and how that experience of being outside is truly just so magical. It's so inspiring. I'm not sure if anybody in the world would like climb to the top of a mountain and say that it's ugly, like, you know, or see a beautiful landscape and say, no, that's not my thing. So that's definitely my thing. It's something I love to do. And growing up in Colorado, I feel totally lucky and privileged to have been in such a beautiful place. I mean, it's the dead of winter, and I still think it's gorgeous outside, especially the blue sky backdrop with the snow-capped mountains, and then the sun is out. It's all of those things, and if you just blur your eyes a little bit, all those rainbow colors come out of all of that, and that's like the inspiration.
Yeah. Have you made the summit of any 14ers?
That used to be a big hobby of mine. Yeah. I've summited. I think there's 54 14ers in Colorado, and I've summited half of them.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm definitely in like high altitude climbing,
Oh,
high altitude hiking. I don't necessarily have all the climbing gear, but anything I can get some boots on, then I head up there.
The mountaineering.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
There you go.
Gosh, when we moved back up to Colorado, that's one thing we really share, for sure, is I'm an actual Colorado native.
Yay!
The 2020.
I can tell. She's got that accent.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Hey y'all, how you doing? How y'all doing today? Yeah, so I was determined to make it. My daughter and I made the summit of Mount Beardstadt, and I was 56 years old, so I was like, yeah.
Yes, good.
The first year up here, we didn't make it because there was a storm rolling in. We were about 13,000 and something feet. 2 weeks before that, a dog had gotten struck by lightning and killed, and you just don't mess with the lightning and stuff.
No,
So
I'm glad you turned around.
Yeah, and we were a lot more prepared. The second time we left at like 5:45 a.m., we were already up on the mountain.
You're right. That's the only way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta get up and down before afternoon, pretty much.
Yeah. What when you have family time, what is it that you like to do together with your family?
It's usually we usually make food. I don't know if anybody else couldn't relate to that. I mean, you get together and make food together, right? Make food, have food, and talk story. I think my favorite thing is traveling together, since I've explored a lot of the world with my family, and so being able to explore and get to know a new place, and even go back to that place over and over again, and have it be outside of our like area in Colorado that we frequent. There's other places we go, and there's so much that I've learned and grown through those experiences.
Nice.
So, yeah, food and travel. Right?
Yeah.
How can you go wrong with those?
You can't go wrong. You can't. So what's your favorite food then?
Oh, good question. I'm dairy free, and so pretty much anything that doesn't have dairy in it at this point, I like to. Yeah, there you go. We got another dairy free in the audience. And so I really enjoy different Asian cuisines, though. I have this Thai restaurant down the street, and it's dangerous. It's just like, I could just get a little snack. Like, I have enough for a little snack.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like different Asian cuisine. Lots of vegetables, lots of fruits, lots of freshness to the types of food I like.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Thank you. Good question.
Good. Oh yeah. Back to your art for a little bit.
Okay.
Does your art tell a story?
I hope so. A lot of the time, I'm asked, what is this artwork about? And I have my scripted responses just because I've answered that question so much. I know I know the FAQs that go into, okay, like, well, you didn't tell me enough, tell me some more. So I try to understand all the FAQs that I experience when I am sharing my artwork with folks, and be able to deliver that quickly. So everything does have a story, it does have a meaning, and something that is significant to why the artwork was created.
Okay. Before we go, I'll have you do, if you would like, you could say if you're in any other art galleries, stores. I know you have online shopping. And then if there's anything that you would like to say that just out of your heart that you would want people to know, it could be just, it doesn't have to be art necessarily, but just what you would like to close with.
Okay, sounds good. I've actually, that's actually part of my heart, is that my art, I like to keep it either to the online avenues, which I have my art on, which would be my website, and I think just Redbubble at this point are the two sites that I have my artwork on. And then also, I actually keep my artwork pretty much just in my studio at this point, here at the Denver Art Society. I'm not even showing on the main gallery. And any other gallery, I've actually receded back from. And the reason why is because instead I lend my services to help them with their operations, just because there are so many creatives in Denver. And I feel extremely lucky to have the space that I do have, that I don't need to take more space. And instead provide that space for folks who don't have the caliber of space that I do here in the studio. I feel very lucky and privileged to have it, and that I don't need to take more than what I already have. And instead allow that space for creatives to be there and foster it for them, to help my creative community out instead. And so as a closing note, I guess, on that is that it's a core value of mine to support the creative community of Denver, of Colorado, of the nation, of the world, in whatever ways I can. And so I have developed classes, I'm a resource, there's all these things that over the years I have benefited from, essentially providing my services without compensation, just for the sole mission of making sure that there is space for creatives, and that creatives have the ability to express themselves and share their unique vision with the world. That's really an important and core value of mine, and that if I hadn't had others do that for me, there's no way that I would be here too. So it's part of the service aspect of creating. You maybe act as a source of inspiration for another artist, and then also being there to support them on their journey.
Sweet.
Yay, good.
Yay.
On their magical journey through the rainbow. There it is.
That's amazing.
Yay, good.
Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
For
Thank
joining me on
you.
15 Minutes with Jules.
I'm honored. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Till next time. See you next time.